All right, so this video is going to talk about the Cascadia high-speed rail, right? And basically, I thought, okay, this isn't going to happen. There's been reports about this for quite some time, and if you're not sure what it is, back in the day, President Obama wanted to have high-speed rail trains throughout the entire country. And so there was these designated corridors that actually have been planned, and a lot of cities and a lot of areas either declined, like in Florida, for example. The governor there basically declined it, only because it was President Obama that was offering the money, and so he declined it. However, in Florida, they do already have a rail network system that's outside of Amtrak. And that was pretty cool, to be honest with you. It's not really high-speed rail. Let me see what it's called. It's a company that did it. So anyhow, this company built all of these different stations, and from a company, let me see what it's called. I forget what it is. But someone told me about it a while ago, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. I can't think of the name, but anyhow, it is a pretty cool system. But it's not really high-speed rail. I mean, they claim that it is, and that the trains can get up to a certain speed, and this, that, and the other thing. And I get it, but that's technically not a... Let me see if this is it. Is this it? This ain't it. But technically, that's not high-speed rail. To me, high-speed rail means that you're going over 200 miles an hour. Right now, the only thing in America that's kind of high-speed rail is the Kayla, I think it's what it's called, up in like the far northeast. So Boston, New York, that area, DC. And it goes a top speed of 154 miles an hour. Well, the high-speed rail system that we're trying to build here, which is going to connect basically Portland, Oregon, Seattle, and Vancouver, British Columbia, will be a true high-speed rail system. Now, this is going to go, well, it says from Eugene, Oregon, all the way up to Vancouver. But basically, this is going to be a train that goes well over 200 miles an hour. And there's been a lot of talk about it, and it seems like they're really and truly going to do this. Now, they're saying that it could cost as much as $40 billion to build. I think it's going to be much more than that, to be honest with you. We have some really unique land up here. There's a lot of land constraints. There's not a lot of area to build. A lot of this is going to have to be elevated probably. And then you're going to deal with the whole earthquake issue. So I think it's going to be much more than $40 billion. San Francisco to LA, they're trying to build a high-speed rail system there. It's not going to be done until 2033. They've actually already started on it. And so they're saying that if we do it here in this area, we can get done by 2035. So basically 2 years after California, and we haven't even started yet. Now, they have actually put money towards this. When I say they, I'm talking about the state of Washington, Oregon, and Canada. They've actually put a little bit of money towards this to look into it, but there is no concrete evidence that they're going to actually do it. Now, if they do it, it would be amazing, because basically it's going to connect a lot of places that, and I'm going to look at the area, but it's going to connect a lot of cities to it. So not the main hubs are going to be Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver. But it also is going to have stops even here in Tacoma as well. So really and truly, they're saying between Portland and Seattle, you can get there in an hour, right? But it's going to have a stop here. It's going to have a stop up in Everett and other places in between. So really and truly, with all the stops they're wanting to add, I don't know how much of a high speed it's going to be. I can see it going between a few of those, but I don't understand the point of Eugene, to be honest with you. To me, Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver makes a lot of sense, and I don't even necessarily see them stopping in Tacoma making a lot of sense, to be honest with you. But out of the other cities that are listed, it makes better sense for it to stop here in Tacoma versus some of the other areas. Really, the distances are so short. You know, I mean, the distance between Tacoma to Seattle is 30 miles. And then from Seattle to Everett, not very far either. And that area is already covered. So I don't understand why there would be a stop there, but I get it. Anyhow, it's getting loud out here. Everybody's, about ready to go to bed. But anyhow, you tell me what you think. What do you think? Do you really truly think that we're going to have high-speed rail here? It's going to be called the Cascadia High-Speed Rail. This area is known as Cascadia. I don't know. This area, the West Coast, is pretty much kind of ahead of most of the country when it comes to things like this and ideas. It's pretty far ahead. So we led the way in bringing back the whole light rail system type thing and streetcars, right? Portland was big in that. They actually got the first modern streetcar system in the country. So they started it. And then, of course, rail has been something big here. A lot of the cities on this side of the country have rail. For example, Vancouver has rail. Seattle has rail. Tacoma has rail. Portland has rail. San Francisco has all types of rail. Los Angeles has rail. San Diego has rail. Sacramento has rail. So all of the big key cities in this area has rail. Not many places in the country can say that. So it's possible. You tell me what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, I will see you. Take care.